Okay, we have consolidated the shims now. And so now we're ready to actually start the actual procedure. And in the past, we talked about the method of that. We either can use a shim, a 2000 shim, 2000, feeler gauge. So really, ideally, feeler gauges works the best because if a 2 falls under it, then you either got to get multiple shims and try to add them together. Then we've done talked about that problem. So I think what we'll do is we're going to let Marty start with the motor end. And so we're going to check each one and just see where the soft foot is.
Sure. So personally, I like to use just a shim instead of feeler gauges because you already got the shim box. So same thing. So I've got a 2000 shim in hand, and we've got all the feet loose, all right, because you want all of them loose during this check. We've got the coupling disassembled still here. We've consolidated everything. So I'm going to begin to check foot number 1 using a 2000 shim. And actually, with just a light resistance, I can't get the 2000 shim under foot number 1. So I'm going to go to foot number 2 and try to get it underneath there, and looks like it's going very easy. So I'm going to progress up to a thicker shim here, and this is actually a 5000 shim. Now it does have a little resistance, but it will go under all 4 corners of the feet. So that's actually a parallel soft foot, short leg. So I need to record that on a soft foot recording form so it's documented so I know what's going on here. And then I'm going to now look at foot number 3 with a 2000 shim. And right away I've got a point of contact, so there's no parallel soft foot there. I'm going to go to foot number 4. And in the front side here, I can get it under, but it begins to have too much resistance on one corner of that foot.
So what do you think? That might be angle? Is that what?
That's what I would call it, angular soft foot.
But in this procedure, though, we're looking strictly for anything 2000s and more, or more than 2000s, and we'll put a full shim under. We're not.
Right. We don't want to put partial shims at this time because we need to be very near our final alignment position to make that correct.
Okay.
How often do we actually check the driven equipment?
So what we would do at this point is I have the stationary machine completely loose, each bolt, and again I would do the same procedure that Marty done, and I'll start out with a 2000 shim myself, and I'll start with number 5, keeping in the same sequence that we've done the running soft foot check. Now out on the outer part, I can get, I'm using a 2000s here. It goes under pretty good, but in the back corner, it touches. So, that tells me the foot could be bowed, or it could be just the way it's actually sitting in place. So I come to the outside here, staying with my sequence, and it seems to be hard on the shims. I can't even get a 2 even under the outer edge. So now I go over here, staying in the sequence, and again, I got maybe 2, a little more 2 on the outer part, but on the inside it's touching. So I'll move to here, and now, as you see, we got parallel there. So and then we jump on up there, we get us about a 10. All right, so now there, so that's a little tight. Remember, we don't want to over measure. So I have probably close to 20 thousandths. That is definitely a short leg. So at 20 thousandths there, I will actually make that difference up, and I'll try to do it with a 20,000 shim to stay with our 4 shims. All right. So then I will actually go back now and take my 2000s, and I will check it just to verify that it touches somewhere. It could even be angular on this corner as well. Well, now see, by putting that there, I'm tight right out on the.
Looks like it's corrected.
All right, so at this point, now we could safely say that we have actually corrected the parallel or short leg. A lot of people refer to it in a couple of different things. So I would say at this point, we are now ready to torque the bolts back down.
Yeah.